Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective salutations to Satguru Shri Madhusudan Sai, respected elders, esteemed guests, patrons and partners, fellow alumni, brothers and sisters who've gathered here today, and all those joining us live from around the world, Sai Ram and a very good morning to all. We extend a hearty welcome to everyone on this very momentous occasion of Sai Spoorthi 2022, the annual convention of Children for Satya Sai alumni body.
There's a beautiful verse in Kenopanishad, Pradibodha Viditam Matam Amrutatpami Vindante, which means through every state of mind, through every thought, through every experience, one should attain the oneness of the universe. In order to attain this state, we need fundamental value system, good mentors, a cause to serving, a living master. It's a rare phenomenon for an individual to have all four. My dear brothers and sisters, as alumni and alumna of Sri Satya Sai educational institutions, all of us have undergone value-based education which has instilled universal values in our personalities. We have had noble and able teachers who fostered belief in the goodness of the world and faith in the God through their exemplary way of living. We are all associated with the great cause of our founder president, Sri Madiyal Narayan Bhatt Anna, to provide right kind of education which serves as a means to remove ignorance, poverty, and all kinds of suffering. We have a living master who is accessible to us 24/7 to inspire, encourage, and correct us to attain the highest state. Satguru, we are all collectively grateful to you for making us part of this parampara, wherein we are blessed to further the cause of transformative education.
Education is indeed a true leveler in society and is the sole reason for making us all what we are today. For all of us who've been recipients of this gift, as we come together to celebrate our homecoming at the feet of our Master, it is also a reminder of the responsibilities we shoulder as children for Satya Sai. And today, it is indeed joyous to see our family expand with so many more like-minded individuals and organizations believing in and serving the cause of rural education alongside us. As Bhagwan Baba says, expansion is love. This is indeed a prema parampara, the legacy of love. And as the Each One Educate One Foundation completes the 5th year of its founding, it only seemed fitting to celebrate this annual day with all of you. And thank you all once again for joining us on this very joyous occasion. On behalf of all of us, we request Sister Ruchita Reddy and Brother Praful Turnur to offer our collective love to Satguru.
We will commence this morning's proceedings with Vedic invocation by girls, alumni, and students. They will chant the Meda Siddhyartham from Siksha Valli Taittiriya Upanishad.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Yaschandasam Rishabho Vishwarupaha Chandobhyodhyamritaat sambhabhuva Samendro medaya aspranotu Amritasya devadharano bhuyasam Shariram me vicharshanam Jihva me madhumattama Karna abhyam bhuri vishruvam Brahmana koshosi medaya pihitaha Shrutam me gopaya Avahanti vitanvana Kurvana chiramatmanaha Vasagum simamagavascha Annapane cha sarvada Tato me shriyamavaha Lomasham pashubhis sahasvaha Amayantu brahmacharina svaha ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा गमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशो जने सानि स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोऽसानि स्वाहा तन्त्वा भग प्रविशानि स्वाहा समा भग प्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निभगाहं त्वयि मृजे स्वाहा यथा पप्रवतायन्ति यथा मासा अहर्जरम् एवं मां ब्रह्मचारिणः धातरायन्तु सर्वतः स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि प्रमागाहि प्रमापद्य स्वा ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु.
We now request Brother Sharat Kumar, Trustee Each One Educate One Foundation, to present the annual report outlining various initiatives and activities undertaken in the year 2021-22. Brother Sharat completed his intermediate at Sri Satya Sai High Secondary School, Prashanti Nilayam. After his engineering from IIT Kanpur, he obtained a doctorate from the University of Pennsylvania in the US. He then served as Senior Vice President at Tejas Networks for more than 20 years. He is currently the Chief Technology Officer in ACT FiberNet. Brother Sharat Kumar.
Om Shri Sai Ram. Offering my humble salutations to Satguru, Sri Madhusudan Sai. Respected B.N. Murthy sir, dignitaries present here, elders, dear brothers and sisters. The next few minutes, I will present to you the annual report of Each One Educate One Foundation. Just to recap, this is a foundation that is formed to provide holistic, values-based residential education, integrating the secular and spiritual knowledge. This is established in the hinterlands of our society, covering the rural sections, and it takes education to the doorsteps of the rural children, making it accessible to all of them. And this education, as you all know, is provided free of cost. And this is a very high quality education that is provided, and it is made accessible to these underserved segments of the society. Next chart shows the 3 programs that are covered under this foundation. First one is Each One Educate One. This covers the school fee of the students. And the second one, which is Each One Embrace One, is targeted towards those children who are unable to afford even the basic needs like accommodation, food, and clothing. So this supports, in addition to the fees, it supports all this accommodation and food and clothing and all other needs. And the third one is the Each One Higher Educate One program. This is targeted towards the university students, and it provides everything, the school, the college fees, as well as the residential living fees, and again, completely free of cost. The next chart shows the E1 community today. Our family is 757 members strong, and it includes 150 alumni who are contributing to this today. And we have a large global footprint that goes beyond India. The number of countries from which the donors come from is listed here. It includes US, Canada, UK, other countries in the European Union, plus countries from Middle East, Africa, and Asia. As you can see today, out of the 757 members, 615 of them come from India, and 142 come from overseas. And the number of such children who are covered under this program today, are supported under this program today, is 2,221. There are also 10 corporates who are involved in this, and they support 373 children. So in addition to the corporate grants through CSR, we also have corporate matching program where when an employee contributes a certain amount and the corporates contribute either equal or greater amount. There are quite a few corporates who are supporting us under that, and we are grateful to them. The next chart shows the number of children that are covered under each program. The first one is each E1. So there are 1,823 children under this program, and all of them are covered under this today, in the last year. And out of the 526 under the Each One Embrace One program, so currently we are able to support 203. So similarly, if under Each One Higher Educate One program, there are 313 children, and out of them we are able to support 117 over the last year. The next chart shows the trends, year-on-year trends among the domestic as well as the overseas donor. The top left chart shows the E1 domestic donors. In 2018-19, we had 637 of them. So that number went up to 656. Then when COVID hit, a lot of people went through the financial stress. So the number actually went down to 517. So there's a little bit of recovery over the last year with 605 members contributing. The overseas donors, we are roughly 150 participants. So last year it was 142, a slight dip over 151, which was there the previous year. And the bottom chart shows these contributors who have been through us thick and thin. There are quite a few of them who contributed every year over the last 3 years, 4 years, and 5 years. And there are 81 over 3 years, 67 over 4 years, and 49 people who contributed every year during the last 5 years. The next one shows the distribution of the contributions from corporates, the domestic contributors, and the overseas contributors. If you look at 2019-20, 12% of the contribution came from corporates, 49% from individual contributors in domestic in India, and 39% came from the overseas contributions. These corporate contributions went up from 12% to 22% this year. So that we have seen a good traction on the involvement of the corporates in this program. And if you see the most recent year, 2021-22, 42%, the largest contribution actually came from overseas donor. As you have seen in the previous chart, we do have quite a bit of a shortfall because we are not able to, we could not cover the Each One Embrace One and Each One Higher Educate One. So that makes the outlay for next year, which is shown in the right chart, as 20 crores. And we expect to see 30% contributions coming each from corporates and domestic, with a 40% coming from overseas contribution. Going to one of the key highlights of the last year has been 2 landmark webinars that are chaired by our dear Satguru, the founder. And the first webinar was on the occasion of Republic Day. It was done on 26th of January, and this was targeted to the E1 family in India. And the second webinar, conducted on 30th January, was for the E1 family members overseas. Satguru gave a very lucid message espousing the cause and vision of E1, and that inspired many of the people to come forward and led to an outpouring of love and support from across the country and abroad. And we are grateful to Satguru for leading from the front and showing us the way. He is the most illustrious alumni and a crown jewel of the students who graduated from the portals of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba's educational institutions. It is our honor and privilege to be part of his mission, and he is a worthy successor of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba's mission of love and service, taking it forward. Thank you, Swami, and thank you, Satguru, for making us part of this mission. We now play a few snippets from the Satguru's talks during the webinars.
And so when Each One Educate One Foundation was formed, it was the afterthought of a question asked by a devotee abroad. He asked, okay, we will build the institution for you that will run into millions of dollars, we will spend on the infrastructure. But tell me, how are you going to run this institution in the long term? Very pertinent question. And he was a businessman, so naturally he thought in a long-term way that while we set up infrastructure, they should not become ghost towns tomorrow because there is no support or there are no people to run these institutions. And the answer was provided that these will be run by our institution's own alumni in the first place, and then all others who would like to support this cause. And that is how this idea of family came up, that every person who is educated in our institutions or anywhere else should take up the responsibility of educating one more person as his own brother or sister. That's where the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam idea starts materializing. So my request or my sort of appeal for understanding from everyone is that if you thought that you had one brother or sister in the family, as per the Each One Educate One, let us call it as Each One Educate Two from today. That is the bare minimum. And those who are doing Each One Educate Two, they should think Each One Educate Four. How can I do that? So that is how each one of us to think that I have another member or I have more, my brother or sister is growing up, therefore I need to help them more. Naturally, when your child is in school, there is a certain amount that you need to spend. When the same child grows to join the university, the costs are going to go up. So all those who are a part of Each One Educate One, it's my request that they should upgrade themselves to Each One Embrace One. And all those who have been a part of Each One Embrace One, they must upgrade themselves to Each One Higher Educate One. And naturally so, because the child whom we started supporting in 2015 for schooling has now reached the university. And that also has to be looked after. So please, those who are a part of this foundation, those who have been old members, they must take a greater responsibility, while others and the younger ones who are just getting into jobs and things like that, they cannot really take out so much to help others. Whatever little they can do, they can still support the Each One Educate One, which is going to be 50% of our students and only the education cost. But the others should help, should look at embracing more children.
So there we have Satguru providing a clear roadmap on the way ahead and how to go forward. The next chart, we see the CSR partners who have been with us from 2019 and 20. Quite a few of them are here today with us, and our gratitude to them for their continued support. And there are quite a few new partners who actually came on board on the recent 2022-23 time frame, and we welcome to the E1 family and express our gratitude to them. So many of the alumni who have graduated from the portals of this institution, especially the recent alumni, they have joined back the institutions and are part of Swami's education, healthcare, and nutrition mission today. This is a beautiful, virtuous cycle of beneficiaries becoming benefactors. And the alumni who are outside, there are many alumni who are outside, also are contributing to the cause. There is a foundation that was led by the recent alumni called, it's a One Nation Youth, ONY Foundation. So they are collaborating with other colleges and like-minded individuals outside to carry out, to serve the needy. Here I provide a glimpses of few of the activities that are taken up. In partnership with the SJC IT, they organized a blood donation camp in Chikbalapur. There 300 plus youth participated and 20 plus volunteers from ONY, and they collected 163 units of blood. Then there was also a blanket distribution drive where 20 plus youth participated, and they went around the city looking at the homeless sleeping on the street in the cold, and they gave them that blankets and provided that warmth of love. Then there is a girl, Abhinaya, who always excelled her academics, but unfortunately during COVID-19, she had financial difficulties and was finding it difficult to pay for her higher education. Then these students, they contributed to pay for this girl's higher education. Mind you, these are all college students. They're not earning members of the society. So they actually collected from their pocket money, came forward. And this shows the value system that is inculcated in these students and how they're able to make a difference in the society outside. To sum it up, while we made good strides over the past year in terms of even, especially with regards to the corporate engagement, we still have a significant gap compared to the requirement. I remember Swami telling us a while ago that he is not going to slow his pace. It's up to us to catch up with him. And he is not done until every last child gets this gift of education. And it is up to us to take up this challenge and rise up to the occasion. And there's no other better day than this to rededicate ourselves to this cause of even. I'm sure with all of you, when we are together, with Swami's blessings and Satguru by our side, guiding us, supporting us, blessing us every step of the way, I'm pretty sure we'll accomplish that goal. And I pray to Satguru to provide us with that Shakti, that energy, and that love to take this forward. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
This morning, we have two speakers who will share their thoughts with us. First, we have Sister Pratima Pai, alumna of Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur campus. She completed her Masters in English Language and Literature in 2002. She hails from Mumbai and has been active Seva Dal, a Bal Vikas teacher and volunteer at medical camps, optimizing every opportunity of Seva, big or small, that comes her way. Since 2017, she has been associated with Each One Educate One Foundation and is a member of Donor Relationship Management Team. Her daughter too is currently studying at Prashanti Niketanam campus at Hyderabad. Sister Pratima Pai.
Offering myself at the lotus feet of Satguru, respected elders, esteemed guests, and my dear alumni brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you. When I was chosen as a speaker, frankly speaking, it took me 2 days to accept it, because I am not a speaker. So I just prayed to Bhagavan, Bhagavan, you have to guide me. You have to speak through me. So I just prayed. And my prayers were answered when Swami said that you just be an instrument. Don't come with any speech or something. Speak from your heart. And for the first time I thought, I'll blindly obey his order and speak from my heart. So this gave me an opportunity to look back at my own journey from where I come till today. So my parents brought me into the Sai fold in 1995 when we used to go to bhajans, attend all these sadhana camps, and slowly we started coming to Parthi. I enjoyed being at Parthi. And seeing the students over there, I was fascinated, and I thought I have to be a student somehow. I finished my BCom, and I was pursuing my ICWA. So when I thought if I have to be a student, I need to apply for some course. So the only course which I could apply was MA English. I didn't want any degree, but just the experience of being a student, which would add value to my life. So I applied, I passed the entrance, passed the interview, and finally became a student. And I came to know that I was the only outsider that year in that batch. All the rest of them were from the institute itself. So I knew somehow there is some plan for me by Bhagwan. I studied, I passed out of the institution, and by that time my parents had actually found an alliance for me, got me married, and they were also a devout Sai family. So having a partner who had the same journey, who shared the same journey and the same goal was actually very easy and is very easy. The need of the hour was that I had to become completely focused on my home. So I became a homemaker. I'm looking after my family, my children, my aged in-laws. So entire focus has been on that. But somewhere there has been a deeper urge to do something beyond it. But I knew that my time had not come. I had to wait. In 2011, when we came into the subtle fold, it was August 2011, when we came to Swami's subtle fold, I was actually a support to my husband being the primary entrant into it. And he accompanied Satguru to various Kailas, Manasarovar Yatra, and the Raipur projects, the Gulbarga Bhumi Pujan. And I've always observed it, couldn't be a part of it that time. In 2017, some alumni from Mudanhalli had come to Mumbai for a small satsang, and I happened to be a part of it. And they had come to make us aware of what this subtle mission was about. And they discussed various educational projects, healthcare projects, and nutrition projects. And the one which caught my eye was the Each One Educate One project, because I felt very close to it, because that is something which I could do sitting at home without going out. I had a family to be taken care of, so I had to keep an eye on them, plus the inner urge to do something beyond this, beyond the duty, finding out the purpose of my life. This one became my mission. I started to contribute, taking a little bit of, taking care of 2-3 kids. And then my next step was to seek support for those underprivileged students studying in various institutions who otherwise would have been deprived of education. So this became the center point of my life. I called my friends, my contacts, and whomever I could know, who were like-minded and who would show interest in such projects. I slowly started talking to them. I know in between I was actually, sort of inhibition, fears were always there of how I could put this through. But over a period of time, I saw that somewhere down the line, I was becoming more confident because I was convinced of what I was doing. And many people from nowhere started coming up and helping me with this project. Bhagwan always says that when you give your 100%, when you take one step, he takes 1,000 steps towards you. And this is something which I actually saw it in my life. I gave my 100%, how much ever possible, and I saw invisible hands coming from nowhere to support this. But that effort is required from our side. If we just say, Swami will do everything, Swami will do everything, we just have to sit, that is not going to happen. We have to put our efforts 100%. Then you see his invisible hand everywhere around you. From 2017 onwards, as years passed by, I found that I was enjoying this mission because truly it was giving me some kind of happiness. And happiness which was because I was doing something so selfless, it was giving me immense satisfaction. And that is why I always feel that as alumni, as students, it is our primary duty to participate in whichever manner possible and come back to him. This is one mission, I would say, whereas Swami said that our duty as students is to support our younger brothers and sisters. In this way, I feel that Satguru, through his own life, has motivated us. We knew him as Brother Madhu back in 2011, have been so fortunate to observe him for the past 11 years and see him grow from one among us and ascend to the throne of Satguru. So we have a live example in front of us. When Bhagwan was in his body, there was an excuse that these things only Swami can do because he's God. But today, Bhagwan with an example has shown that human, also with divine intervention, can do so many things. For us, actually, if we say to bring up 2 kids, to give them proper education, to give them health and nutrition, it takes our entire energy. But we have seen 3,000 students currently studying in his institution, thousands of children getting admitted into the hospitals and recovering, giving breakfast to thousands of students around. Is it not something divine in this that we are seeing today? So this is what he is trying to prove through a living example, that we too have to be selfless in our motive without having any expectations from him. If we take this step, he takes care of all our things. He was gracious enough to take my daughter into his institution. Today she's currently studying at Nalakadanahalli, taking care of my in-laws, giving them good health. What more can I ask, Swami? So this is an opportunity I take, appealing to all our brothers and sisters. This is the right time for us to be a part of this mission and realizing the real goal of our life. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Our next speaker is Brother Ashimao Datta. Brother Ashimao joined the Sri Sathya Sai Primary School at Prashanthi Nilayam in his grade 1 and went on to complete his high school, undergraduation and post-graduation in financial management at the Prashanthi Nilayam campus. He served in the accounts section at Sri Sathya Sai Super Speciality Hospital, Whitefield, and as regional sales manager at Bajaj Finserv Lending thereafter. On the Divine Command, he is currently serving as a Chief Financial Officer at the Sri Sathya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital, Mudenhalli. He is also a talented tabla player. Brother Ashimao.
Om Shri Sai Ram. My most humble pranams, Swami's lotus feet, respected elders, and my dear sisters and brothers. I have the wonderful privilege to speak to all of you on this occasion of the alumni meet. In my mind, the alumni meet is a getting together and reliving all the memories, wonderful memories that we have spent here, meeting our teachers, taking their guidance, meeting our seniors, taking their guidance on our careers, and most importantly, connecting with the mission and taking guidance of Swami and Satguru. This is the wonderful occasion and very unique part of our alumni meet. We are here to celebrate the institution where each lives for the other and all live for God. And being an alumni here is not only a privilege, it is also a responsibility. where we are the reflection of Swami to the outside world. You know, it's said in the scriptures that God has 1,000 eyes and 1,000 ears, 1,000 hands, and 1,000 legs. So it is, in my mind, I feel we are those 1,000 ears, 1,000 eyes, where we are there in the society to reach out to the maximum number of people, to see where we can contribute in our own way to the thousands of people suffering, and also bring, now we are almost more than 10 years old in this system of beautiful verticals of service of education, healthcare, and nutrition. So it is the time to bring people here, to show them the wonderful work, and also reach out to more people where we can serve. You know, that is the way we can really make that true, saying come true of Sahasra Sesha Purusha. In fact, as children, when we are studying the concept of, we are children of Satyasai. When we graduate, we become children for Satyasai. We take up responsibilities, be it in any limited manner. And now when we go outside the world, in our own way, Swami has given the beautiful quote now, that Sai mission is my mission. I feel as alumni, we got to own up this mission and stand shoulder to shoulder with Swami. As children, we never really thought of how Swami is getting everything done. Free education, free nutrition, all the love and care that we have received in the portals of these hallowed institutions. But this is the time, as alumni, we go out, and I would say all out, to stand shoulder to shoulder with Swami and do our own bit to make this mission even greater. And let me tell you, brothers and sisters, I was working in the corporate sector before I joined here about a year ago. It is definitely possible to balance our work life and service life. I still remember I used to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, drive out from Bangalore and reach here by 6, teach students tabla for an hour or so, and then get back. But the satisfaction you get when you are working, your productivity increases. To see the small children, with the enthusiasm they come and seek your guidance in the enthusiasm to learn. I always had this in my mind. When I was I have the unique privilege of studying my KG to PG in Swami's institutions. So I used to always have this in my mind, how amazing, if I could play like those elder boys, our elder students. So all we used to do is, whenever we go for darshan in Puttaparthi, we used to go and sit in the first line, especially on festival days, just to get a glimpse of how they are playing the instruments, how they are able to sing for Swami. It was such an amazing experience. And then we used to go back to the hostel and do it all over in our mind and try to become like them. You emulate your elders, right? But here, the amazing, the vision of Satguru, the way he is bringing up the children, you really feel happy. Be it music, be it the studies, when the sports meet come, the kind of physical activities they do, horse riding. So that, I think, is an amazing opportunity for us to, not a way of giving back. You are actually gaining. When you come here and serve, the kind of experience and happiness you get. And even otherwise, so if you go to another campus, and when you go as alumni in groups, I can really tell you it's a more fun and joy than the having to go or give away your Sunday for going and speaking to children or teaching them anything any small skills. So that I feel really blessed that that idea was somehow inspired by Swami, and I had an opportunity to do that. So my journey, like I was telling you, started as a small kid. When I was this high, my mother brought me to Puttaparthi, and she decided that this is the place this boy has to study. And I can, more than the experiences, I'm proud of the learnings I've got, seeing the way how Swami interacts with people and that burning passion to do more good to more number of people, the way he conducts himself and then trains the children to come up in his own reflection. And we are that. As alumni, we represent Swami for all the values and goodness he stands for. So I am really thankful again to Swami for bringing me back in this wonderful mission. And in my current assignment, I'm a part of the hospital team. But I can tell you one thing, each part of Swami's mission is really amazing. The people you work with, the head of the institution doesn't sit and in a plush room and pass orders. He comes along with me. Each part of the work, we go for meetings outside, meeting people, making people aware of our work, going to the government agencies. You have doctors who sit, they do their OPDs in the mornings, and in the nights they are out in the villages, going for camps, serving people, villagers, because the farmers come back in the evening, and that's the time they get to see the doctors, that's the time. And then you have students, and yesterday we had doctors arranging a symposium for government institutions. So that way, each part, that's what enthuses me. I would see a doctor taking a promise from a patient. From tomorrow onwards, you're not going to eat, all unhealthy food. That's a kind of love and care. Each part of the mission, that is the levels of perfection, we tend to achieve because of the basic, the selflessness. That is what most important is. So one thing is, I feel very privileged to be a part of this team, but there is only one small problem, let me tell you. Here, of course, the name Swami has given is University of Human Excellence, but excellence is just about tolerated. Perfection is a way of life. That is be the students, when you see the music they play, I sometimes feel I want to go back to my childhood days so that I can relearn, because the band programs, I'm sure some of you have seen it, the way small children perform, and multiple instruments at that. And then be it the way they handle CEOs of companies, small PG boys. When we were students, I would just run away from anybody important coming. But these boys, they're so smart. That's the kind of training Swami is giving to the boys. So I really feel very happy. And that is the way perfection, that is the nation building we are trying to do through this education. And the bar goes higher every time. So I myself had a small couple of experiences. I want to tell you about my stories of transformation, how I was. When I was working, my first assignment was in Swami's hospital in Whitefield. Back then, I was also in accounts. So someone came and asked me, can you show us the hospital? So I gave him a slow look. I said, this is a hospital. There's nothing much to show. And if you ask me today, in Sarala Memorial Hospital, if I have a guest, I have taken people around the hospital for up to 3 hours, showing them each part of the hospital, each nook and corner, and how much passion and care Swami takes to give the best of medical care, the best of the team, which we have the best of the doctors, because it is an experience I go through myself every day. So I want to share that experience with everybody who comes. And I think as alumni, it is really important we also come and be a part of this to show the work, because we are already 10 years plus in this work, and it is time we can come and show people, bring more people, and show the work, wonderful work which is going on, so that they may want to participate in their own way. Even volunteering. I would invite all of you to come and spend some time in the hospital on a few days and see the faces of the patients. Being in finance, I'm always thinking about, cutting the costs. But, we had a guidance from Swami. So I said, Swami, why don't we charge some amount to the patients, because we are handling almost 1,000 patients a day. So Swami said one thing. He said, when I'm giving lakhs of treatment to so many patients every day, what will a few thousand rupees for their breakfast cost us? We should give that also free. That is kind of love and compassion which Swami is showing to us day in and day out. So another thing is, this beautiful land of Madanalli is a Yagna Sankalpa Bhumi and a Siddha Sankalpa Bhumi. It is as simple as think it, do it. But yes, there is a catch to it. You have to do it. You have to make the effort to do, because I have myself experienced. There are many times you think, oh, okay, this is what I want to do today. And very wonderfully, these situations come together to help you to achieve what you are out there to achieve. I really thank you for a very, very patient hearing, because I am usually on this side of the podium, always sitting and letting my fingers do the talking usually through my tabla. But Swami has given me this opportunity. For the very first time I'm speaking in front of Swami. I thank you very much. And always pray to Swami that all of us, we have these three principles of Bhagavad Dhyana. That is, we are always, fixed in our objectives, keeping our objectives in our mind. Shwana Nidra, always alert to get any opportunity to serve the maximum number of people. And also the Kaka Cheshta, always thirsty for knowledge. I like I read in a book, the one small phrase, stay hungry, stay foolish. That is, always hungry for knowledge. And only when your mind is empty, you can get more knowledge and use it in our daily life. Thank you so much. Jai Sai Ram.
We will now have the alumni pledge. That is a reminder to all of us, our true identity as a children of God, of our allegiance to this great mission, of the path that He has laid out for us, through which we find the purpose of our lives and realize ourselves. We now invite Brother Sunil Narang, trustee Each One Educate One Foundation, to read out the pledge. And we request everyone to kindly stand up and take the oath.
All the elders and guests may please remain seated. The alumni may please stand up. Thank you. And the students, please. We, the children for Satya Sai, are proud to pledge that we will practice the Sai way of life, of service above self, and God above everyone else, for the welfare of the world and our own emancipation. We will wholeheartedly and with all our might further the cause of free values-based education we received by supporting the education of our brothers and sisters of our institutions. We will abide by the Alumni Code of Conduct as our most sacred duty and uphold the honor of our institutions in all situations. We commit ourselves to the path of seva and sadhana. On this journey of I to we to he, in which we shall march together as one family of Sai and bring glory to our institutions, our nation, and above all, our beloved Sai. Jai Sai Ram.
As per tradition, we will now have the Guru Vandana segment, wherein we pay our respects and offer gratitude to two wonderful teachers who have and continue to render outstanding service in various capacities at our educational institutions. Their lives have been a saga of simplicity and surrender, dedicated to the sacred profession of teaching. Besides academic learning, they are imparting life's lessons based on Sai values, thereby molding and shaping the lives of generations of students. Above all, their unflinching faith and devotion to Satguru is an exemplary watermark for all of us to emulate.
First, we would like to pay gratitude and honor Miss Lakshmi K. Miss Lakshmi K was raised in a family of Sai devotees. After completing her higher education, she worked as a youth coordinator of Sri Satya Sai organization, Kasaragod district. She is also a drama artist who worked for the All India Radio Mangalore station. She served as a principal at Sri Satya Sai Divyaniketanam campus in Jaipura for 11 years and thereafter as a principal of the Girls PU College at Alike. She also served as a warden at Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence, Nallakadranalli campus. She currently serves as a chairperson of Sri Satya Sai Gayatri Niketanam campus for girls, Dodbalapur. Miss Lakshmi K.
Next, we would like to honor Shri B. Satyanarayana, a dedicated Tyagajivi. Shri Satyanarayana joined the Alike campus in grade 6 and went on to complete his pre-university here in Mudenhalli. Later, he graduated from Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashantinilayam, and completed his post-graduation at the University of Mysore. In fact, he is part of the Guru Shishya Parampara. He has been a beneficiary and now a benefactor himself. He has served as principal and warden of the Boys PU College here and as chairperson of the Gulbarga campus since 2018. He has been serving as the chairman of the Sri Satya Sai Karunya Niketanam Tumkur campus for boys. May we now request Shri B. Satyanarayan sir to come forward and receive blessings from Satguru.
As with every year, Sri Satya Sai Award for Alumni Excellence has been instituted to recognize alumni who have made outstanding contributions through public service initiatives while upholding and promoting Bhagwan's message of spirituality and service. The award is not merely to applaud, but for all of us to derive inspiration from these individuals and emulate the same in our lives. The first awardee is Sister Bhuvana Santanam, and alumna of Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Anantapur campus. She went on to do executive education programs in London and also strategic marketing management at Harvard Business School in Boston. With over 20 years of experience in media, brand marketing, communications, corporate social responsibilities, Sister Bhuvana headed corporate communications and CSR at multi-billion-dollar retail and hospitality conglomerates in Dubai and a leading image management firm in India thereafter. In 2015, she quit her corporate career and decided to follow her arts calling by joining the continuing mission of her master, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, through the instrumentation of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Currently, she leads the global outreach initiatives of the Mission of Service and Spirituality under the guidance of Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. We will now have a short video on Sister Bhuvana.
Sister Bhuvana Santanam, anything for Swami. This is perhaps the most befitting phrase that encapsulates everything about Sister Bhuvana Santanam. She's a well-known face in every stomping ground of the current mission of Sai, be it domestic or international. An all-rounder, an event manager, a multitasker who writes, speaks, cooks, coordinates and travels, inspirited to manifest every word and will of the Lord. To be in the physical presence of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, her divine father and mother, Sister Bhuvana did all that she could with all her heart, without a trace of adulteration of any other ambitions or desires. The holidays that she was entitled to as a student at the Anantapur campus of Baba's institution turned into holy days by being with Bhagavan wherever he was, Puttaparthi or Vrindavan. When suddenly one finds the proximity of one's true self reflecting in another form, and he comes and talks to you and guides you, it simply means that the divine romance has begun. And this is what happened with Sister Bhuvana, thus preparing her for a role greater than she would have ever imagined. Baba's words, "I will call you when the time is right. I will send word," kept ringing in her ears, and it seemed like an eternal wait, even when she was busy performing her jet-setting career roles for over 20 years in the fields of media, brand marketing, communications and corporate social responsibility as the head of corporate communications and CSR at a $6 billion retail and hospitality conglomerate in Dubai. Thus, after spending about 15 years in the Gulf, she returned to India, throwing everything else into the Gulf, never to turn back, when the Lord, true to his promise, sent word in December 2010. After Bhagavan's departure from the physical plane in 2011, she heard of Sri Madhusudan Sai through her brother in India and instantly knew that her Lord never went anywhere. In September 2015, the Lord beckoned her to join full-time in his seva as his full-time and trusted sevak, for he knew that she had the grit, the tenderness, the love, the courage, the detachment and the devotion to execute his will. Sri Madhusudan Sai, her source of inspiration in those initial days of working with him for the Lord, traveling with him to about 30 countries, talking and discussing endlessly about Swami, enthused her more and more to keep pace with the Lord, to earn his grace by being humble, yet fearless to do the right things. Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, her dear brother and inspiration then, is today her Guru, God, and all else, to whose divine purpose she owes every minute of her time and energy. The blessed writer that she is, who served the Lord's mission by simply being a channel of his words, has authored about 16 books so far, 9 volumes of Love Beyond Boundaries that chronicles the Lord's mission overseas and the Kodai retreat, and 7 coffee table books. The proud Divine Father once credited her for all her writing by saying, "These books will become the Bible for humanity one day." A loyal servant, a trusted confidant, a real eager weaver, ready to do the Lord's work always. Sister Bhuvana Santanam drives the global outreach initiatives of the institution, and more than anything, she has been an unassuming witness to the entire unfolding of the panorama of the mission of service and spirituality through Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. The principle of divinity is one and the same, irrespective of the form, name, or attributes, and this principle, once tasted, creates an immense thirst, a kind of thirst which is satisfying in itself, a sweet pain which is worth enduring, for the Lord will never fail to quench this thirst sooner or later. Sister Bhuvana's thirst for the divine has found its fulfillment by being a part of his mission through Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai.
We now request Sister Bhuvana to come and receive the award from Satguru and say a few words thereafter. The next illustrious alumnus is Brother Bharat Kumar. Brother Bharat completed his master's. We request Bhuvana sister to say a few words.
truly overwhelmed and express my gratitude to my master, my guru, my God. And just very quickly, many years ago, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba wrote a letter to me, and he said, to be born as the daughter of the divine is something great. He said, a daughter is the true pride of a father. He said, be worthy of it. He said, every second, remember this and be a true reflection of me. He said, be worthy of this honor. So I kept thinking about it again and again. That one line, he said, be worthy of this honor. And that has been my journey over the last many years, especially the last 10 years, as I've seen this wonderful continuing mission and truly realized the purpose of why we are all here, especially all of us who call ourselves as alumni. So the time is over when we've sat and we've watched. The time is now to jump in. I think, just to sum it up, I'd like to just say one line. I think we've heard from him, we've heard his message, we've spoken much about it, but the time has come to live it. Live that message, live that learning every single moment. Thank you, Sai Ram.
The next illustrious alumnus is Brother Bharat Kumar. He completed his Masters in Business Administration at Sri Satya Sai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashanti Nilayam. After a successful corporate career in international trade, he joined the Prashanti Balamandira Trust to serve full-time. He is currently head of projects, managing more than 50 ongoing construction projects, both educational and medical. A mellifluous singer, he was part of the Prashanti Bhajan group and continues to sing for the Lord here too. May we now have the video on Brother Bharat Kumar.
You are where I am wherever you are. We have much to do together again, and we will do it, there is no doubt. These were the priceless words written by Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba to one of his dear students, Bharat. Brother Bharat Kumar is one of those blessed souls who pined for the Lord, Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba, ever since he joined Baba's institution for MBA in marketing. The test of union with the divine lingered in him so much so that Baba's thoughts filled his mind and he longed for his greater proximity. As the poet Rumi said, whatever you seek is seeking you. The divine love of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba sought him as much as or even much more than Brother Bharat seeking the divine. He expressed his love for Swami with joyful bhajans in the Lord's presence, taking inspiration from the Lord himself for bhajan singing. And thus, Brother Bharat is known for his spirit of celebration in rendering Sai bhajans. He is also an excellent orator who has spoken in Baba's presence on several occasions. After the physical samadhi of Baba in the year 2011, Baba's promise to him, "You will be close to me physically and mentally," remained in his mind, and so he knew that the Lord will come back, and when he comes, he will call him. With hands in the society and heart full of yearning for Bhagwan, Brother Bharat worked for one of the top international paper trading companies in Singapore and traveled to about 23 countries worldwide to develop new markets. However, being ready for the Lord was the foundation on which he lived his life. Then came the call in the year 2013 from Baba through Sri Madhusudan Sai to gear up for the mission ahead, which Baba later confided to Sri Indulal Shahji's family that he will come when the hospital work begins. In the year 2017 at Kodai, Brother Bharat submitted himself to the Lord's plan to head projects and financial management at Muddinahalli, and as part of this new role in Sai's mission, the very first contract that he signed was for the Sri Satya Sai Sarala Memorial Hospital. Sai Mata Satyamaina Mata. Sai's words always come true. Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, whom he knew as a hard-working, sincere, devoted Sai student, and subsequently as the most selfless, pure, and available instrument of Sai, is today his master and guru, in whom he experiences the divine personified. Surrendered with implicit obedience to that essence of divinity in Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, Brother Bharat feels blessed to work hand in hand with Satguru to make the miracle of love and service happen in numerous ways. Brother Bharat's role in the setting up of the Sri Satya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital during the challenging COVID times in a short span of 3 months is simply a testimony to Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai's trust in him and his unshakable faith in the words of his guru. With Satguru's guidance, he currently manages over 50 infrastructure projects that are in different stages of progress, which include the world's first totally free medical college, which is to be ready in a record time of 9 months. He also serves as a member of the Board of Management of Sri Satya Sai Sarla Memorial Hospital and Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence. With the confidence of a bird soaring high up in the air and of a fish diving deep into the ocean, Brother Bharat says, "I am not just with a Satguru, I am with a Samartha Satguru, who has not only given me the highest teaching of truth that divinity alone is, but will also make it an experiential reality for me." And so, even as he is juggling between projects that are soaring high, Brother Bharat strives to dive deep into himself and experience a joyful silence amidst all the doing. True to his name, S.S. Bharat Kumar, he feels that excellence is all about saying and living a life of yes, yes to the Guru and following his dictates. Today, he, along with his wife and 2 children, are in the ashraya of Satguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, knowing fully well that they are in the right place for the right reasons and live in complete submission to their Guru.
We now request Brother Bharat to come and receive the award from Satguru and say a few words thereafter.
ब्रह्मानंदम परमसुखदम केवलम ज्ञानमूर्तिम द्वंद्वातीतम गगनसदृशम तत्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम एकम नित्यम विमलम अचलम सर्वदी साक्षीभूतम भावातीतम त्रिगुणरहितम सद्गुरुम समर्थ सद्गुरुम तम नमामि. It is said that with the grace of the Lord, mukam karoti vachalam, that is, the dumb start speaking. It is also true that vachalam karoti mukam. So the eloquence, the glibness, the fluency today, I must submit, Swami, is severely limited by the dam of gratitude and struggles to flow. But nevertheless, it is, when you think of the great grace, torrential grace, the cascade of grace that one has been a recipient of, it's a great opportunity to express that. And today, I must say, I must submit that just like how it is said in the Sai Satcharita that the rise and fall of the waves in the ocean is not because of the virtue of the ocean, but it is because of the gravitational pull of the moon. So similarly, if there has been any excellence, it has only been because of saying and being in a state of yesness, saying yes, yes to that compassionate, to that divine excellence in Samartha Sadguru. As Swami was just speaking a couple of seconds ago, he said that half of your credit goes to your wife. It's very true. Because what we are doing now, they are not normal projects. These are miracles in the making. And miracles happen overnight. Miracles happen in exceedingly challenging timelines. That's why these are called miracles. And to be a part of that miracle, to be there with Swami, one has to be available to him 24/7. That's the minimum. One has to be available for that. And that availability, I don't think would have not been possible but for the way the affairs at home has been taken up and taken up so effectively and keeping us available for Swami. So I think it's a duty to pay gratitude and also credit the Home Minister. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank my parents and my parents after marriage from Sangma, because these have been people who have never come in the way between me and God, between me and Satya Sai Baba, between me and Samartha Sadguru, between me and the goal of realizing one's divinity. They have been catalysts in this path. My parents were there when, after I passed out of an MBA in Puttaparthi in 2005, 6 years of my life, I was given the privilege of spending with him, with the assurance from my parents. And my in-laws who are there today, I must say their parents, two very accomplished people in the fields of public service, they found the virtue, acknowledge the virtue of living a life like this. So behind this excellence, there are so many people, and it is just grace. All I have done in my life, and I must say you can't even take the credit for that, because it has so happened that the grace has been so much that the intelligence was there to keep Swami above everything else. And once we do that, once we make him the topmost, or I must say the only priority of our life, there will be no lack in life, there will be absolute abundance, and we will live a life of purpose. So Swami, to that face of the faceless, you are the voice behind the voiceless. You are building bridges, bridging the huge gaps, serving between the hope, giving hope to the hopeless, to the underserved. Swami, I can only thank and just remember the words of Adi Shankaracharya, who once tried to write about the glory of a guru. So he writes like this. He says that, can the guru be compared, can a Sadguru be compared to a philosopher's stone? A philosopher's stone which can convert any base metal into gold. But then he stops himself. He says that no, a Sadguru cannot be compared even to a philosopher's stone, because while a philosopher's stone can convert a base metal to gold, it cannot convert it into a philosopher's stone itself. But a Sadguru is one who can make one with his grace equivalent to himself, provided we say yes, lead a life of yes in implicit obedience to him. So with prayers to Swami, we all have a beautiful opportunity of living this life. Let us not let go of it. Make the best use of it. For me, the most selfish decision that I have ever taken in life was to choose Swami. Thank you, Swami. Thank you.
During the auspicious Navaratri, Satyasai Grama hosted the first edition of the India Startup Festival 2022. It saw the launch of a revolutionary initiative through the One Rupee app. We now request Brother Suchetan Reddy from the Prakashana team to elicit more on this app.
Offering my humble pranams at our dearest Satguru, respected elders, dear brothers and sisters, my loving Sai Ram. First of all, thanks to Swami for giving this opportunity to have a very important and also very interesting way of making everybody participate in a greater mission. So the impact of a good thought is infinite when it is translated into a good deed that is done consistently over a sustainable period of time. It is not the size, but the sincerity of the thought that can heal the world and build a better future for all. These are Sadhguru's words on how we can be able to be part of this kind of a mission. So the One Rupee app is a modern manifestation of the noble and time-tested practice of an Indian mother keeping aside a fistful of rice every day before cooking for the family in order to serve someone in greater need. This is our Indian way of being mindful and helpful to one another. A rupee a day, shared for the betterment of the society, is the new digital way of living the same good old life of compassion and charity. So with the One Rupee app, there are so many benefits, both tangible and intangible. So in the tangible benefits, every day, whatever the rupee that we donate, it goes to all these three verticals. It's a very neutral platform. It talks about the service, and it can also enable a lot of people outside the Sai fraternity to be part of this mission. Not only that, it is also a community building app. So it's not just a charity or donation app, but a lot of us being in corporates, we are not able to spend time on our passion. We just be distracted with so many other things. And also there are so many apps that are available today, like I don't want to name it, but there are so many apps which actually distract. The intention of we going into that app versus where we end up after 1 hour of time is really disturbing. So this is one app which will actually make you be real part of the community that you are passionate about without any ads, without any distraction, and also you can focus and then also follow your passion. Apart from that, unlike any other social media apps, example Facebook, you will not be able to get any rewards for the time you spend on that. But here you will be able to get a lot of awards, gift vouchers, and also coupons to maybe able to take benefit of many other things in your life. So it's not just your 1 rupee. First, you're donating 1 rupee. You're also being benefited with all the communities that of your passion, and also you're being rewarded with material benefits as well. So this is the uniqueness of the app that is Swami has put forth. And also there are so many intangible benefits which might not be seen. So one is, of course, opportunity to pursue your passion. And also there is one very interesting topic that Swami has also elaborated a lot during the India Startup Festival, connect to cause. So what we are doing, there should be a cause that we can connect to. So this is one app that will able to make you connect to a cause in spite of your spending time on various other things that you're interested. And also opportunity to network. And here your network will not be decided by somebody else, but you will be in charge of your network and also be able to connect to like-minded people and then spread the awareness. And of course, ongoing competition. It's a very interesting app. It's not only just a community, but there is also an engagement app. So we will be having a lot of very interesting, puzzles to competitions and various other things that this app is capable of doing. And also, very important point, the last point that we have highlighted there, if you take any of the current existing social media apps, each one of them will give you the app for free. But if you see in the business model what they follow, if somebody is giving something for free, either there are two ways of doing the business. One, either they sell the products to you or you are the product. So currently, all the current existing apps, what they're doing is basically they're selling you. In this app, that is not the case. Your information is highly secured. You will not be given, your information will not be provided for anybody. At the same time, there will be no ads on whatsoever, just to make the business model. So this is one very important thing also this app would do. And also, can I have the next slide? And how can you all be part of this 1 rupee app? Of course, please install and subscribe to the app. It's just 1 rupee a day. That is the minimum thing that anybody can afford in today's time, and also be part of the nation building. And then we also have, leader of communities. So whatever the communities there are there, you can also be a leader of the community, and also provide ongoing engagements, management help. So to have the engagement with all the users and everybody that are part of the 1 rupee app, you can also be an engagement manager as well. And also please do forward into all the social media pages, and also have a greater network that we can build. And for more information, you can visit 1rupee.org.in, and let us all together build our Bharat 1 rupee a day. Thank you so much, and thank you, Swami, for giving this opportunity.
It is said, it takes a village to raise a child, and all of us together to educate more children. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress, while working together is success. It was the combined efforts of all stakeholders, individual donors and champions, corporate partners, and the allied trusts, by which we were able to support education of nearly 75% of our students last year. And this year on, let us collectively work towards covering 100%. In fact, our work does not stop until we reach that child who is nameless, faceless, and voiceless.
Time and again, especially in our culture, Indian culture, we know అవతరించుట ఎనుటలో అర్థమేమి జనులపై వాత్సల్య పరదతోడ జీవప్రజ్ఞతో బాటుగా దైవప్రజ్ఞ దైవంబు దిగివచ్చి భువికి. This we have heard many times. What is the reason behind an avatar? So that out of compassion for the common people who cannot understand what God and divinity is, that divine decides to take a name and form and descend amongst the mortals. But the real purpose is to inspire them to ascend. Real purpose is not to entertain people twice a day. Darshanam, Sparshanam, Sambhashanam is not the real purpose. Through that, the real purpose is to inspire the ordinary to rise to the divine heights. None of us in this room are unfamiliar to this concept, especially those who have been students in some institution or the other. We all know why an avatar comes, so that man or a woman, as the case may be, realizes his or her divinity. That is the final and the only purpose. For that to happen, so many things happen. An ashram gets set up, a temple comes up, darshans happen, sparshans happen, sambhashanam happens, service projects happen, volunteerism happens, interviews, interactions happen, travels, meetings. All these happens only for one reason, so that man ascends. And if everything has happened and that is not happened, The ascension of man has not happened. Water projects have happened, education has happened, healthcare has happened, name it, all the things have happened, but this has not happened, then nothing has happened. Because the very purpose for which it was to happen has not happened at all. Descent of God is very entertaining, very enthusing, very exciting. We all have experienced that. But ascent of man is the difficult part of the story. The easy is the first part, descent of God. The ascension of man is where the difficulties start. That's where most of the people shirk away or shrug away or, like if I can say, chicken out. Because they don't want to deal with this difficult situation of now when the ball is in your court. So we have all been a witness to a descent. And we have been close witness to it. We have experienced that descent. And that was the easy part. That was the entertaining part. And even today, when people say, can we relive those memories and sing those songs? I said, enough. Grow up. Enough singing those songs and living in the old times. It's nice, but it is not enough. Now let's talk about what is to be done now. And here is when you have to start the ascension. And it is for everyone to do it. It's not for one and not for the other. Everyone has to rise. That is the second part of the story, the post-intermission part. And as you know, in every movie, the real story begins only after intermission. First half is just fooling around the tree. The second half is when the villain arrives. And then all the battle and fight and emotions and drama, till it culminates into a nice climax, where the good has won over the evil and things like that. So the first half of the story has been very entertaining. We have been all a part of that because we were entertained. The divine worked, the divine did, divine acted, divine spoke. We were just witnesses and enjoyers of that. But now the second half of the mission is started, after intermission. And what is going to happen now? Now the battle begins. Not outside, inside us. This battle between what he said, likeness and unlikeness. Can we be divine? Can we afford to be divine? Can we be courageous to be divine? Is the question being asked. And every time we have to answer it for ourselves. Nobody can answer it for us. You ask your Tyagajivi teachers, sir, do you think I can be divine? They will say 100% not. ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಉದ್ಧಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರು ಹಾಗೆ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ ಪಾಪ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ತಾವು ಕೂಡ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಭಗವಂತನಾಗ್ಬೋದು. They will encourage you. Because they all know that the real mission was the ascension of man. I have been traveling a lot of countries. I'm out of the country is not out of me. So, this is the part of this story, the second part of the story, and this is the glorious part. The first half, if you think was glorious, this is even more glorious. 100 should ascend, 1,000 should ascend, lakhs should rise in divinity. And all these institutions are simply launch pads. You stand there, you'll get launched into divinity. These are so powerful as institutions. I've seen, today for the namesake, 2 people had to be awarded or recognized. And they asked me, they gave me a few names. I told, okay, it's time. I have tested them, tried them, I have shook them, I have, you think of all possible tricks that I can play to shake their faith and conviction. I have done everything with Bharat and Bhuvan, but they haven't shaken, they have never gone, leaving this place. So I thought, okay, it's time now to acknowledge that. It's not easy what they do. They have to literally walk the tightrope walking every day, every night. They walk on the fire every day, every night. I know what work I give them and what work they do. So is also so many more over here. I can give a long list of people who have joined back these institutions after having had a very illustrious career outside. Not only in India, abroad. Most of the Indians keep looking for opportunities to go abroad. Where can we settle in a nice big city, comfortable life, swanky car, a posh home, a 7-figure salary, that too in US dollars. How can I get all that? That's the most of the children's lookout. And here are the people who had been there, done that, and with one call came back and settled down in a place like this. Mudanali, today it looks very gorgeous. 5 years back it wasn't so when they arrived. She arrived 10 years back, he arrived, let's say at least 7 years back or 5 years back. And then their parents have to agree, in-laws have to agree, wives have to agree, husbands have to, everybody has to agree if you come here. Because this doesn't look like a promotion in life. You go out of Mudanali and settle down in Bangalore, everybody is happy. Parents are happy, in-laws are happy, all your friends are happy, you are happy because it looks like a promotion. From a village you have moved to a city, now you are living a nice urban lifestyle, earning well, settled well. But leaving all that and coming back to the village again, that too those two never studied in Mudanali or Alike, let me tell you. They didn't study here to feel oneness with this place. For them this is a new place. Yet because of that one thought, that this is the way they can serve their master, they decided to come in. And not only come in, bring all of their family also into it. How did it happen? This is the power of that pure love. Your love for God and God's love for you, that's so strong that it ensures that impossible becomes possible. In last few years, many alumni have been acknowledged for their services. I remember the first time it was Aruna and Kalpana, who were great alumnus from Anantapur campus, who went out, started their own institutions. So we wanted to make that as a model and inspire all those who are outside to at least take and leave from their lives and start their own institution and do what they can. Next year we recognize the services of those who are homegrown people from Mudanali, Alike. Rajshekhar was there, Kamath was there. They were grown here and they grew up as students who studied here and continued to serve here and still continue to serve as chairpersons in 2 different campuses. So that was the model. If you are growing here, there is a possibility that you can continue to serve here. And many people took cue from there. So many students continued their education in the university. Now, for the first time in the history of Lok Seva institutions, almost 21 of the postgraduate boys have gone back and taken up charge in different campuses. None of them quit after their post-graduation. That was the model of Kamath and Rajshekhar. Then came the model of Satish Babu was there in that model. So he was hiding behind the sofa. He said, come out, you are going to get an award. And what was you are not directly a part of the institution, but wherever you are, you must be supporting the institution, you must be involved in its affairs. So also Amrita from Kolkata. They are part of the Arogya Vahini Trust. They serve the rural Bengal. They are not running an institution of their own. They are not serving by being full-time over here. They are outside, but yet they are contributing to the growth of the mission. That was the third model. And what is the fourth model today? Don't start an institution of your own. Even if you have not grown up here in Mudanhalli or Alike, it doesn't matter, you are still welcome. And there is no point in you standing with one leg outside, one leg inside and serving. Come with both the legs in, that's what it means today. This is the new model of alumni contribution. This institution has grown leaps and bounds. Dhanam and Janam, these are the 2 things to run any institution, I always say. The resources, Dhanam, and the people. If we have good people, no resources, we can't do much. And we have a lot of resources like government, but no good people, nothing is achieved there too. We need both of them here. And now to all of you, those who have achieved something in life, you have enough experience and at least some energy left still. Please take a call, because this is the time the university needs you, the hospital needs you, the medical college needs you, all our other missions across the country, nutrition mission, healthcare mission, they need you. They need your experience and also energy. Don't come when all your energy is spent and only experience is left. There won't be much use to things here. Or don't come even now when you have all energy but no experience. Then we have to struggle to train you. So if you are outside, you have already worked a few years and you have at least made sure that you're not struggling to make 2 ends meet. and your family is decently comfortable, then please take a call. We need more Bharats and Bhuvanas over here. Yes, we need Satish Babus also. We need Kamat Rashika. That I am producing within through the university. But it's time now that we need a lot of Bharats and Bhuvanas to join and be a part of the mission. And everybody is welcome. Your family is welcome. Your children are welcome. Your children get education, absolutely free and values-based. Your parents get healthcare facility free. You don't have to worry, run pillar to post. The entire ashram is completely maintained by a team, from electricity to water supply to anything and everything is looked after. You don't have to call a plumber and wait for him to come at his own time. You don't have to spend a rupee on our maintenance of your lifestyle over here. More than that, if your wife gets angry, it doesn't cook anything for you, you have a free canteen. Not one, North Indian canteen, Western canteen and South Indian canteen, choose. So you might be better off if you fight with your wives once in a while. Get to eat nice food elsewhere. Think of it, Think of it, the benefits and it's not just a spiritual place where everybody is supposed to practice such austerity that it becomes overwhelming at times. That's why the younger generation runs away from spirituality, because they think spirituality is too regimental, too structured, and sometimes too burdensome. But no, it's not so. When God has been redefined as absolute selflessness, spirituality also has been redefined as decent lifestyle, not more than that. Not penury and poverty like the monkhood of the yore, not the luxury and the flamboyance of the corporate life. Decent, comfortable lifestyle is the new definition of a spiritual life, where you can live decently, comfortably, your parents can live, your children can live, at the same time you can contribute so much more. Imagine if Bharat had to drop his kids to a school an hour away and then travel 1 hour by car to reach his office through Bangalore traffic, and then work and then come back and continue the work from home also, which many of the corporate people will appreciate what I'm talking. They don't have to do any of these things. If wife is sick, that day you don't know what to do with how to handle the kids. Here, neighbor will come, step in and say, can I take care of your kids? We run a creche within. Some ladies together take care of the small children. What else is lacking, you tell me? Everything is there and more. In fact, it is a better lifestyle than that. I don't want to use words, but then whatever Bangalore or Chennai or metro lifestyle is. Air quality is poor. Water quality is poor. When there are floods and road jams and traffic, you don't talk about it anymore. And then the kind of neighborhood that you live in, the kind of pressure of targets and job pressure is here also, but it's a sweet pain. Not like that. What more can you ask? If you're intelligent, capable, young, energetic, also you're having experience, this is the place to be. This is, I told when in San Jose, you have a Silicon Valley over here, but I have a Golden Valley back there in India. This is that Golden Valley. It's very valuable. This is producing the next generation of divine beings who are absolutely selfless, absolutely service-oriented. So this is your opportunity to all the students, alumni, especially those who are midway through their life. They've already seen what they had to see, done what they had to do. And there is no end to that. That's an endless affair. It's a bottomless pit, I call it. So how long? So take your call. This is the time. And those who want to come and join this mission full-time, like Bharat and Bhuvana, ask them. They have never been happier in their lives. This is the happiest place, and isn't it? You can't find bigger happiness, because whatever you do, it has such beautiful impact at the end. There you fill the pockets of a few capitalists, or even if you're working for an NGO, maybe you can serve in a limited scale. Think of a place like this, even in government for that matter. You try to do within your limits and boundaries, because you can't cross boundaries over there. You are tied, your hands are tied most of the time. Think of a place like this, opportunity to serve and make an impact, infinite. The happiness and satisfaction you derive from the hard work, immeasurable. And at the same time, decent, comfortable, modern lifestyle. You don't have to compromise, you don't have to worry about anything. And so much of love and warmth from everyone who is around here. No, you can't ask for more. So this alumni meet, my call out to all the alumni and alumni is, take the plunge. Enough is enough. And those who join us, we need really very sharp, smart, intelligent, experienced, energetic, enthusiastic, devoted, spiritual people over here. That's what will make this system very efficient. Many, during the startup summit festival we had, many asked, how is that your system is so efficient? How is that people are so good at what they're doing? To get this kind of commitment from employees is so difficult out there. I said, because they work for God, they love God, they work for God. Devotion is the key principle over here. But at the same time, they are not those who have no experience, no understanding, no idea. Good only for to coming and doing some bhajan and meditation, going back to their rooms. No. These children are very smart, very intelligent, very experienced, very efficient. So I told yesterday when we had meeting of some of the IAS officers and some people from other government fields, see, government is supposed to do social good, but it is very inefficient. Corporates are very efficient, but they don't do social good, except few are sitting here. But most of them, if you have this, you don't have that. Here is a place where you can do so much of social good with such efficiency. Nowhere else you will find this combination. It's only here that it is possible. And this is your opportunity, grab it with both hands. So all those who came here thinking we'll have another nice entertaining alumni meet, talk to our Tyagajivi teachers, meet our friends, find out who is earning how much, who is settled where. To them, this is my message. Find out what is next in your life. And next cannot be out there, next should be here. You take 1 year, you take 2 years, you take 5 years, I don't mind. But start planning for it now. Because this institution needs people more than anything else. While Narasimhamurthy is telling about funds and resources, yes, it is needed. But there are so many out there whose only job in life is to earn money. Let them donate, let them work hard and give something for a social cause. You people were in, house, the products of this institution have much more than just money to give. You have your whole life to give. You have your energies to give. You have your commitment to give, which I can't ask a corporate CSR person to do, right? Why would somebody do this for us here? Our people have to do it here. So more than Dhanam, this time my call out to everybody is Janam. I need Janam to run these institutions very efficiently so that every rupee that comes in is used to the best of its capacity. Nothing is wasted. Everything, as I said, every more bang for the buck, as they say. That should be the way of NGOs. That efficiency we must have, and that's possible only we have very experienced, talented, intelligent, committed people. That is only, that's why Ashimo is there. See, he has come. Like Krishna is there, Sister Krishna. Lakshmi who was speaking. Chidambar, who is now at the Gulbarga University. So also Bharat, so also Bhuvan. These are all examples that I am trying to present in front of you, who were not necessarily studied here, many of them, but yet they are here today. They all had a corporate career, they all had a decent life, they all could have done much more with their lives, but there is no end to it. There is no end to it. And this, somewhere you should draw the line and say, thus far, not further. I had to look after my family, make them comfortable, earn a little living, and ensure that things are okay for everyone. I have achieved that in life, enough is enough. Beyond that, I will look after you. Beyond that, these institutions will look after you. But we need good people, our people, back here. That's the most important part of the mission. That is the next phase. While we are growing our own students into university professors, teachers, and others, tomorrow we'll grow them into medical doctors, nurses, and paramedics. But more than that, even administration, management, corporate planning, outreach programs, and overall management itself. We need a lot of you over here. And there is plenty of work for all. If you come in, then Bharat will get a little more time with his kids. If you don't come in, then he has to work 24/7 as usual. So my great joy is that in the last 2 years or 3 years, I think our number of alumni who have joined back the institution has crossed maybe 150 or 160. Out of which some are homegrown, as I said, 20, 30 of them, but most of them have come from outside, who left their jobs, careers, and joined us back. That is the joy of this institution. The average age of our institution, I didn't calculate, but it should be around 28, 29 years now. Compared to 10 years back when it was 65 plus, average age. Why? Because so many youngsters have joined and brought down the average. That is the way this institution is growing, and that is why this is the most efficient, most effective institution right now in social service, and you have this great privilege and opportunity to join. Why? Because this is your way to ascension. This is what will pave your way to your realization. Nowhere else you can do such pure, uncorrupt, clean work as here. And that's why it's your opportunity. Having said that, I also invite the CSR partners. You're most welcome over here. Whenever you decide to, as they say, throw in the towel, most welcome. Join us here. But then wherever you are in that position, you can do so much. So please continue to serve from wherever you are. At the same time, please come here often, share your experience, understanding with our children and staff. So we learn what is new, how better we can manage these institutions. So that is your contribution too. Last word before I close. This is an institution, it's no more just about Tyagajivis, no more just about Satyasai devotees, no more just about people of Karnataka, it's no more that. It's a global mission. It has expanded itself to embrace everyone in it. And the new, as I said, the motto is one world, one family. And this is expanding. It's gone to Fiji, it's gone to Sri Lanka, Nigeria, US, 30 odd countries where various centers of service and spiritualities have come up in the last 10 years. And we are not just that little Alike Muddanalli which started off with 2 institutions and only thought we will continue as 2 institutions. No. This mission has gone beyond that. So we also have to expand our thinking. Narayan Bhatt said, Spoorthi Kirnai writes, I want an organization, he was talking about an organization where 1 million children and youngsters will be trained and each one of them will go to one village in the country and help. This was his vision way back in 1960s. Lokaseva Vrinda started with this vision, that we will build an organization which will take the best practices from Christian missionaries, best practices from Ramakrishna mission because he was exposed to both, and Gandhian philosophy of rural upliftment. He brought all the concepts together into one thought of Lokaseva mission. 50 years passed, not much happened. Now this is our opportunity. In 50 years, what was done, that was all that could be done, and our Tyagajivis have done everything in their might to achieve what they have done. We have to always be grateful for holding the fort, as they say. But now it's our opportunity of the alumni to rise. Be a part of the institution as insider. Be a part of the institution as a bridge between the outside and inside. Be a part of the institution from the outside if you can support the inside. Some way or the other, find your place in this mission and don't lose it for whatever reason. This is what is our new objective as an alumni foundation. Even is a program, definitely it needs help. But I realize that even itself is sometimes beyond some people's capacity, I think the children's education versus complete Madhyal Narayan but scholarship scheme versus higher education, the cost keeps going up multiple times. And I find many people not really participating after a while because they feel too little, too small, and they feel shy to even participate. But I tell them, even your 1 rupee matters here. Every drop counts, I keep telling them. You don't know the power of this. So finally, when the startup festival was happening, we thought, can it be further made simpler and easier for everyone to participate? Let whole of India participate. And that's how One Nation Foundation and this 1 rupee app, so that it's very global, universal. It's for a cause of health, education, nutrition. So please download this app. And unless you show me the downloaded app on your phone, no food for you. That's a joke, but take it seriously. Idea is that you inspire 10 others around you in your company, and we have CSR partners. Please allow our team, whoever is there, to come and make a presentation to all the employees. Some people may pick up the idea, and you download that app, make sure that it is always on your phone, keep getting updates about what's happening in our mission. As I said, create communities. He might be shy, Suchetan. I will say it loud and clear. I don't like this metaverse. I don't like this Facebook. I don't like this TikTok. All of them are stealing our information and influencing our thoughts. Most of the time, all the algorithm that they're running behind this scene, it is influencing what we are consuming all the time. And the amount of stupid advertisements and distractions that they bring, just for the sake of social entertainment or social networking, it's tremendously damaging to the new generation. Let us bring a new thought of a social media. 1 rupee app is a new thought. It talks about everybody being connected with the right kind of people, not being, what you call, as they say in cyber crimes and issues, those can be avoided. Your children can be a part of it. They can use this as their piggy bank, 1 rupee every day. They will feel happy too. Oh, Amma, what happened to my money that I saved? On your birthday, 365 rupees have been given for a child's nutrition. What an example you have set for the child. Imagine every household starts thinking like this, like our old ancient people, as he said, a fistful of rice was kept aside every day for somebody who might be hungry. Some Vatu will come, from Brahmachari will come, Bhiksham Dehi. Some Sannyasi will come, Bhiksham Dehi. Some temple Annadanam program may happen during festival. You go and contribute everything over there. That's how we were better as a society. We were sensitive to each other's needs. And that has been taken away because of westernization and colonization. And as Narendra Modi ji said during the 75th year, decolonize ourselves. This is decolonizing. And reculturing ourselves in Indian way, which is not selfish but selfless, which is sensitive, which is helpful, which is kind and compassionate. And Tyage naiki amrutatva manashu. Tyaga is the basis of all our achievements in life. So this is one simple thing. Idea is that for 50, 100, 200 people it may sound like nothing much. But let me tell you, the day it will grow into a massive revolution. Imagine the power of this app. Imagine the power of that contribution. For you it may be just a rupee gone. That too it's so easy. You don't even have to go and find a place to give. It's just on your app. Click a button, it's gone. And it gives you so much more in return. And so many people who are working, they get benefited out of it. Don't undermine the power of good. Little good also goes a long way. And this is one way to start it. Those who have not downloaded, as I said, when I go out, please sit down for 5-10 minutes or whatever is needed and get it downloaded. I tell Suchetan and team, because you are my own people, so I can talk to you like this. I can't talk to you like this for other people who come over here. I can give a long story and keep quiet after that. But here I insist that please each one of you download this and find what all you can do. Create communities, create an alumni network within that app, why not? Alumni in your region of Malleshwaram, or your region of Kasargod, or your region of Like, or your region of North Karnataka. Please create anything you create. Make sure that more people are joining. Each of you is working in corporates and other places. Please make an arrangement to have a small presentation or a information center where people can take this. And is 1 rupee coming from so many people will take care of our institutions forever. Not only us, we can help so many more people after that. So think long term. Nevertheless, don't stop contributing for even. That stays. Along with that, this 1 rupee goes. You get my point. Now you don't say, oh, this is easy way out. I found an easy way out. I am already part of 1 rupee. 1 rupee is a minimum. You can contribute any amount. But the idea is to make you remind yourself every day that I have to do good. I'm born here to serve. I'm born here to do good. I'm born here to be of some help to someone. That is the idea why this thing was brought forward. And a lot of people have taken it with great enthusiasm. Please, you also take it with the same enthusiasm. This is how I can answer Narsimurthy. How are we going to run these institutions? This is how we'll run these institutions. We'll get everybody into it. We'll join hands with everyone. Because I am not working for my family, your family, or our families. We are working for the whole world. Let the whole world help the whole world. Why not? That is one world, one family. Let the whole world be into this mission. It's not just a Lokaseva mission. It is not just a Satyasai mission. It is a mission for the whole world. That is the new mission. That is the new definition. Please sit down and think about it. ಮತ್ತೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನನಗೇನು ತೊಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಚಾರಿಸಿ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಕ್ಕಪಕ್ಕಿದ್ದವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಚಿಕ್ಕವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ. ಅವ್ರ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಕ್ಕವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಇದು ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲ. This only, this will truly become a global mission. So this is the new mission. This is how it will be shaped and will be done. And as I said, love does it all. If you love purely, selflessly, everything can happen. A year back when we were doing the foundation for stone for this building, no clue how things will happen. It's not even a year, it is on the 3rd or 4th floor. Bharat can tell you better. And those who want, they can even go and take a nice walk around. That's the world's first medical college in Mudanhalli, which is going to give medical education, nursing, paramedical education at no cost, especially to the rural poor. Imagine the potential of it. Imagine the power of it. And you are a part of it. How? Just by being a part of 1 rupee or even or whichever foundation. See, such an opportunity. None of us can do this work alone, even if we had best intentions. But together, anything can be done. That is Samashti, the Sangha. Shakti. Please be a part of it. And to all our donors and other people who are supporters, volunteers, and the CSR partners, some of whom who have come, some have not come here. To all of them, our heart goes out to say thank you on behalf of, as I have always said, the voiceless, the nameless, the faceless child who is benefiting out of your little good deed today. So I thank you all on behalf of those children who are waiting to be served, who are being served, and they are going to be the future of the world.
जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्त जना संरक्षक भक्त जना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीकरा सर्वा प्राणपति स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपति आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपल्माता ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता पिता गुरुदैव मरियन्तयुनीवे स्वामी मरियन्तयुनीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथा नागेन्द्राशयन ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओंकार रूप ओजस्वी साई महादेव सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल हारति अंदुको मंगल गिरिधारी ओम जय जगदीश हरे नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण 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 ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण ओम सत्य नारायण नारायण जय सद्गुरुदेवा शांति 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 समस्त लोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोकाः